Hey there, another video the other day. Make sure the camera's looking good. Yeah, so I'm trying to get better at these all the time. And I had an interesting topic today I want to talk about. And, I'm not trying to be controversial here, but I think it is true because I get pretty heated on it. But I think Gen Zs are cooked with their work ethic. I think it's terrible. And here's what I'm going to get at with that. I'm a millennial. I was born in 1990. Had a part-time job starting when I was 14 and worked all through college, had every job under the sun, man. I did construction to barbecue delivery guy to, bar backing a lot. Try to serve. I was always terrible at it. I was just nervous. I just hated it. God bless servers, man. I can't do that. And then worked on a food truck, built stages for concerts here in Nashville 10 years ago. Man, it's just like the list goes on. Worked in call centers. It was terrible. When I started doing cover gig music and then making, back then I was actually making pretty damn good music, even from like my royalties, because you got paid more back then. And I was doing less royalties. It's wild. That's a whole other story. But I've always worked, and now I work for myself, and I work, I got three things I do: music, artist formula, and Boone's Bourbon, Boone's Beer. That's one thing together, but it's one brand, right? But like all I do is work, like all the time. All the time I do is work, and I hear Gen Zs all the time. I get hit up constantly, which I find it as a backhanded compliment. But they're like, "Hey man, can you help me find a job, or are you hiring?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I'm not." And then I could try to find, I can keep my ear open, but I can't find you a job. Like, you have to find your job, right? And obviously everything's about network. I get that, but I've had a couple friends recently hit me up like, "Hey man, I've been asking to get this job from this," just complaining, just people, chopping it up and just like, "Yo, I can't get this job. I'm waiting forever." And I'm like, yeah, but that's how it is. Like, you have to just keep trying. You know what I mean? Like, you have to apply, and there's obviously a reason why, as in like, there's always something with the universe. I would say is there is an opportunity somewhere you're going to hit, and you need to wait till that comes, but you have to also go create it at the same time, right? And all I'm just trying to say is like the perfect moment is just, you always want it now, but you gotta, if you don't have that perfect moment now, then you gotta go work. You can't just be like, well, it's not the job I wanted. It's not enough pay. I deserve more. It's like, man, at the end of the day, dude, no one deserves, no one owes you shit. And so I couldn't get a job out of college. I applied many times, and I just literally couldn't get a job. And so that's why I started working for myself and haven't looked back since. And, obviously it is literally the best, the most, badass, magical thing, working for yourself. I think it really is. But all I'm just trying to say is no one owes you a thing. No one absolutely does not. And then working with other Gen Zs, like with music, I know a lot of people that their parents pay for all their stuff. And I'm not going to mention any names, but there's a huge list of them. But there's tons of them where, I've heard like the kid, even though they're a young adult, get mad at the parent, like on the phone about something that we're talking about music wise. And I'm like, dude, like what? Like, no offense, like what a brat. Like, dude, aren't you like mid-20s, late 20s? Like, be respectful. If my dad, when I was in my 20s, paid for my record, oh my, dude, I did Kickstarters and worked every job in the sun to pay for every recording I ever did. Obviously, Kickstarters, God bless everyone that did those back in the day for me. But, those people also chose to do it, and those were fans of mine, and that was amazing a lot. And that was kind of the model back then, for sure, anyway. I don't think it's really the model at all anymore. But I'm just saying, like, dude, today, like, if I'm going to go record, I pay for it. And so I'm just saying, when I hear the younger generation, I guess, because I'm getting older, I have a couple gray hairs, which is wild, but I'm just saying, man, it's just when kids just demand, like, I deserve this, I need this. I've been working so hard, it's been a year. Man, dude, sometimes it takes way longer than, I've been in the music industry since, I was playing when I was 14, but if you want to be real about it, 18 years old, I was playing venues. So if you do the math, that's been, 28, 10 years. Dude, almost 20 years, 18 years. Holy crap. Yeah, 18 times 2 is 36, right? And so I'm just saying, like, even when I moved to Nashville 2015, and I had a big management deal with one of the biggest country music guys, and I don't even make country music. I don't know why it was happening, but it was. And I'm not gonna mention any names, but if you see the top 50 Billboard Power Plays every year, his name's in there. And anyway, I turned down the deal because I don't do country music. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll do this on my own. And it's been 10 years, it's been 11 years, because now I'm 36, being back here, and now things are kind of happening. And they call this the 10-Year Town, right? It's a great podcast, 10-Year Town Pod. Check it out. And that guy, I forget his name, he's a songwriter as well, recording artist. But he interviews all these great people, and it's about, hey man, like you got to stick it out, because also the other thing too with other industries, but let's just say music industry, is a lot of people, if you stick around just long enough, and it's also for acting and entertainment, you will find success because most people quit. They just give up. I'm not saying that in a negative way, but they're just like, man, this isn't for me, and they'll go get a job, or they'll start a family, or become a real estate agent, or God knows what. But if you just stick around long enough, then you're kind of the guy, right? But I do see, the one thing I will sympathize with Gen Zs is that if in the music industry, that there's a lot of people that want to be in it if you're trying to work in it. And then number two, if you're trying to be a musician, artist in it, there's a lot of music today. I used to get, if I submitted to anything back in the day for a support slot, I always got it because I just had my shit together online. Like it looked good. I had streams, I had records, photos, social media, the EPK, even the submission was good because that's just something you just had to kind of like perfect over time. And now if I do it, man, it's much harder. And, I guess I'm the, young artist guy. Everybody wants the new young hot thing, but also too, I think people are kind of getting away from that because TikTok social media kind of ruined that. People are like, oh, look at this guy, he's got a ton of followers. And they book him, doesn't sell any tickets. I'm not trying to, gloat here, but man, I definitely do sell some tickets in some markets, and sometimes people are like, and then like I'm, whoever it is, and then eventually I'll come play the show, and they go, oh shit, you actually brought in people. So, and I worked hard for that. So, I mean, there's a couple markets where I know I can do it, and I still do it, and I love it. And I feel like no one can take that away from me for sure. But no matter what, I just want to kind of put out here, just venting last night because I had a couple interactions last night, and I was just like getting heated. I was just like, man, what's up with this? Like, me, I deserve this, self type, attitude. Dude, no one owes you shit. Sorry. And I'll say it again and again. No one owes you shit. No, why would anyone want to work with you if you're not a hard worker? This guy, manager years ago, I do a podcast sometimes with his brother, Jason. His name is Johnny Diamond. He told me a long time ago, he's like, it is a red flag if I'm managing an artist and I'm sprinting way in front of him, If we're both sprinting together, then I'm going to work with that artist. And that always stuck with me. I was like, well, then I'm going to work my ass off. And I'll be honest, I've never really had a manager that I liked working with because I feel like I was managing them, So I'd love to work with someone one day, but need to find someone that's like, above me, bringing me up, it's tough, and that, whatever, man, that goes for everything, but I don't want to get too long on here. I like to do these things about 8 minutes long, and then we're about there, or we're over there, but anyway, Gen Zs, maybe I doubt anyone's going to see this, but maybe they will, who knows, but if you do see it, man, you just got to keep working, man, stop beating yourself up. Also, I get it. People compare themselves and it's rough, I mean, I still do it and I try not to, but easier said than done. But all right, Gen Zs, get to work.